So today I'm going to be talking about NBA free agents, the best that are still available, and we are going to start with the restricted free agents. Now these are like free agents that you know are still like really good players, but they're restricted free agents just because they couldn't get a contract. So most likely they'll re-sign with their teams. First we have Josh Giddey. Now there could be a chance for a sign and trade, but Josh Giddey and he will probably resign with the Bulls. I'm gonna list my predictions as well. Giddey probably will resign with the Bulls. They're just probably talking about the money, but he was a really great player for the Bulls, especially after the Zach LaVine trade. He started to expand his role, and he started to get triple doubles, impact winning as they made it to the play-in still. And he's a great, solid young core player for the Bulls as he's only 22, even though he played 4 years already. Next, we got Quentin Grimes from the 76ers. Quentin Grimes, also restricted free agency, showed a lot of signs last year after the trade from the Dallas Mavericks, as he was insane. Like, he's scoring 43 against the Warriors. 3-point shot was great. He showed really good potential. So I have to say that he's going to resign with the Sixers on a great deal because the Sixers already lost Yabusele, so they're probably still trying to sign Grimes. And then probably the one that I think actually will the least to re-sign is Jonathan Kuminga, because Kuminga is another free agent, but Kuminga, he does not want to be on the Warriors at all. He does not want to be at the Warriors at all because he does not feel like he will get a good opportunity to play. So I think he would probably actually get signed and trade. Now there's two teams that I think could be a possibility, but it's going to be the Kings and the Suns. Both of them have been interested, and the Kings are pretty interested probably because they still haven't really done anything. There was rumors that they will also sign another player that I will talk about later, but I think Kuminga's the least likely to go back to the Warriors, but he still might have to because the Warriors are not willing to trade him. So maybe he will take the qualifying offer to be an unrestricted free agent next year and finally choose a place where he could play, or he gets traded soon. And then finally, the last one of the best free agents is for restricted free agency is Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas probably will resign with the Brooklyn Nets, but I feel like maybe he didn't get an offer that he wanted. I don't know if there's any other teams that are willing to sign him or even able to sign him, but possibly someone like the Detroit Pistons might be signing him, or I'm not sure. But yeah, that is the four players that I believe are the best free agents. Now, another free agent that is kind of controversial is Malik Beasley. He was really good last year as a 3-point shooter, a veteran for the Pistons, who impacted winning as they finally made it back to the playoffs and had a really good fight with the Knicks. But Beasley was a part of this gambling rumor and all this stuff, allegedly gambling, which he could be banned from the league if so. But he got found to not really have any evidence of his gambling, so he's still a free agent. Now a lot of teams are probably interested in him. I think that he will probably return to the Pistons if the Pistons want him, because the Pistons still have some room to re-sign him. And if he goes back to there, the Pistons definitely improved a lot then, because they got LeVert, Duncan Robinson, Jaden Ivey returning, and now they retain Beasley. I feel like that's dangerous. But if not, the Knicks, Cavs, and Timberwolves are also interested. And if he goes to the Cavs or something, that just makes them even better. And or the Knicks, or even the Wolves, that makes them a lot better too. But next, we're going to start with the veterans now, basically. Russell Westbrook. I'm actually kind of surprised he hasn't been able to sign with a team yet, because last year, although not really, he's still old. He's 36 years old, about to turn 37. He still impacted with the Nuggets a lot and kind of had a revival of his career with playing with Jokic. He had a really solid season, and he had a lot of triple doubles actually. But I feel like he doesn't fit too much in the NBA, as he is a really ball needy guy. So not a lot of teams might want him, even though he did want to come off the bench now. So maybe a team wants him. I know the Sacramento Kings is probably the only option right now, but they need to get rid of someone before getting Russ back. I mean, if they want Russ, I mean. Another player that I'm kind of surprised is not signed yet is Malcolm Brogdon. Now, the past few years, he hasn't been as good with injuries and all that stuff. But a few years ago, he won Sixth Man of the Year with the Boston Celtics, like 2 or 3 years ago. And I feel like he still make a big impact in the league as a backup point guard. I'm surprised he has not been signed yet, but probably the Warriors, Lakers are interested in him, and some other teams. I think these people will get signed before the season starts because they're too valuable to be free agents, but if not, they will definitely be in-season signings and stuff. Next, I feel like a big one is DeAnthony Melton. Now, he was really good with the Warriors last year towards ACL, but I think the Warriors are going to sign him, so I'm not really going to talk about him much because the Warriors are dealing with the Kuminga decision. Al Horford, the same thing, probably going to be the Warriors. Now, a few interesting ones is Delano Banton. I'm not sure if he's signed or not because he's still listed as a free agent here, but he's a young player who was solid for the Blazers last year. Could score. He's a unique player as 6'7" point guard. So I think he could be a solid player, young flyer for a team. Alec Burks is another free agent that was solid for the Heat last year, a veteran presence, shooter, could be a solid player for a team. Campaign Bowl, Cody Martin, and Precious Achua are some other free agents that are interesting. And then finally, I just want to touch with Gary Payton, Seth Curry, but they're probably going back to the Warriors, and Trey Lyles, who, is a solid player as well. Well, one of those Ben Simmons, who, I mean, some teams are interested. Probably Simmons, he is probably the Celtics are interested, or like the Suns. Not the Suns, like the Knicks point guard needy teams, but he hasn't been signed yet. And there's also some solid veterans here too, like Gary Payton, but I'm not really gonna touch him on him because he's probably going back to the Warriors. Now the Warriors have like 9 players on their team; they can sign a lot of players. Monte Morris is another solid veteran presence. Torrey Craig, and then we go on to players that, yeah, they are probably not going to get another contract in their careers, so I'm not going to really name them. But like someone like Markelle Fultz, who a few seasons ago was just really good, probably his career might be over. Same with someone like DeAndre Jordan. But yeah, that's basically it.